I grew up in the church. We attended a small Methodist church that was in our neighborhood, just a few minutes drive from my home. And so I really always had the presence of faith and a relationship with God in my life. But like many people, I took twists and turns. I had some times in my life where I tried to walk away from Jesus, but I was fortunate enough that he never walked away from me. I was 30 years old, and I was single and starting to feel like the opportunity to have a family of my own was slipping away from me. I'd made some choices in my life that I wasn't happy with, wasn't proud of, and started to wonder if God was somehow teaching me a lesson. I think, those romantic relationships are the hardest part of being a young adult, and learning how to navigate those and how to pray for God's will and God's plan. We have to put things in God's hands and leave them there and trust him. And when we want to snatch those things back out of his hands and try to control them ourselves, or to even say, God, I'm still praying that you're going to take care of this, God's response is, I've already done that. It's already in my hands. Stop trying to take it back away from me. And what he was teaching me was that I needed to be patient and to wait on him. And, at a late stage in my life, he led me to the right person. We met in college. He was dating my best friend. And the timing wasn't right for either of us. God had different plans for us. And ultimately, that best friend was the maid of honor in our wedding. She was the one that God used to bring us together. I was fortunate enough to marry a man who had 2 beautiful daughters. And so we had a ready-made family. And then we had 2 more of our own. And in a very short period of time, I saw what remarkable things God was capable of. Where I went from being 30 and single and sad to, by the time I was 34, I was happily married with 4 kids and a life truly centered on the foundation of God's love. God he did that for me, and he, almost in spite of me. And I'll always be grateful for that opportunity to share with others that, God's timing is God's timing. And we just have to be able to relinquish control and allow him to be the benevolent, graceful Father that he wants to be for us. God isn't, he isn't the type of father who punishes or plays games with us or, decides what we get rewarded for or what we have to deal with the consequences for. We're making those choices for ourselves. But, God is just patiently waiting for us to allow him to be in control. And those are those lessons of realizing that no matter how long I make bad decisions, God is waiting for me to let him guide me to the right decision. Those are the moments in my life where I've grown the most.